Hello. Today we are going to start our next lecture on ITS services. Now you know that ITS is having a big potential uh, in the area of transportation system. But what are the ITS services are available and how the different countries are using the ITS services under the different perspective. If you can uh, each service has its own meaning, each service have its own objective and its defined outputs. So that's what it is a very much important, that how ITS services are being developed or being used or being implemented in different part of this world. First of all, we can say who are the main component of the ITS services. Mind it, we are only the four major components. The first one is a traveler. It is a traveler or a driver who is coming on the road, and he may require a personal information access, or he may require a remote support in the form of route guidance or in the form of weather information, whatsoever it may be. The second is different type of vehicles. The vehicle, private vehicle or commercial vehicle or public transport vehicles, then emergency vehicles, commercial vehicles, transit vehicles, which are in different countries. Some countries are having that those vehicles which are moving from one state or one city to the state, they are having a 2-3 extension. So 2-3 bogies are also attached with that truck. So extended trucks were there. So maintenance and construction vehicle, they are having a different, each vehicle is having a different, its configuration. It's having a different requirement. Ordinary vehicles have different, public transport vehicles are different, emergency vehicle contains something different, commercial vehicles are meant for different type of, you can say, produces or transporting the goods from one place to another place, and maintenance and construction vehicles are not only that, they are containing the special vehicles used for road constructions or taking up that road construction material. At the roadside, there are other activities which you can say roadway activities, toll collection activities, parking management, and commercial vehicle checking. That we also discussed in the last class, that how the commercial vehicle checking uh, can make use of ITS services to become an better service provider. And along with that, there are different centers, IT centers, or you can say command center, which are supposed to look after the various activities, traffic management, maybe in a city level, maybe at a highway level, maybe a different, you can say, polarity, different power. So those traffic management center is a very important city, region, or state level. Then emergency management system, how that commercial emergency vehicles or ambulances are going here and there and connecting with the hospitals, picking up that victims, and whosoever is suffered in the road accidents, they have to take it care. Similarly, also incidents, toll administrations. That is again centralized toll system should be there, where all the toll, how many vehicles are crossing, how much toll they have given, and as per they are giving as per their size or as per their weight or not. That is a part of the center. Commercial vehicle administration, that is which vehicle is entitled to take those type of goods to which particular state, that is to be administrated, that has he paid the GST, has he paid the other dues from which allow him to enter from one state to another state. Maintenance and construction management, you know that the whole area or even the city roads or the highways are continuously, some construction job is going on, some maintenance job is going on where maintenance is required, or something has happened, or the road is broken by any reason. So how to give a quick response to them. Information service provider, which everybody wants, that what is happening and where. Emission management system, that is from pollution point of view. There's a transit management, that is if different type of modes are to be managed, then how to manage it. Fleet and freight management, That is, if it's a big, maybe a public transport, or maybe now just, for example, this Agarwal movers, they're moving, they require a big fleet and a freight management system, how many vehicles on the road, in which section of the road, and along with that, the data management, archive data management. This is the center which a ideal country should have to implement the ITS different type of services. Where I will show you how the different countries are doing it. Along with that, you have the wireline communication or wide area wireless mobile communication system to communicate from one place to another place. And not only that, you require a dedicated short range communication system, DSRC, that is, to the toll collection is used, for parking management it can be used. And similarly, vehicle to vehicle communication on a highways or in a city roads, different vehicles are moving in order to provide the safety, so that if some vehicles are coming very near to each other, nowadays the vehicles are having a capability. We'll take another class where the vehicle can stop automatically if they see some obstructions are there or some vehicle is stopped. So along with that, vehicle to vehicle communication is one of the concept which is required to have it. So along with that, now these are the different countries that different ITS user services are available. In ISO 1997, the code was ISO TR 14813-1. They have identified 32 user services in 8 bundles or 8 groups. You can say in broadly classified 8 groups. The same ISO in 2006, the code number is same 14813, but 2006 model, they have included about 11 more services and make 11 bundles or 11 groups. That is being used in Australia normally. United States, they have preferred 38 user services in 8 groups. Canada uses 38 user services bundled in 8 groups. United States 33 user services, sorry, United States 33 user services. Australia used 43 user services, and India we are following this 32 user services, and Canada using 38 user services. Just see what is the scope of work in different countries, how seriously they are taking the ITS services, or as per the demand of their country or their region. Japan, wonderful. There are 21 user services which are grouped in 9 bundles or 9 groups. Or this 21 user services, they are further divided into 172 specific user sub-services. My God, how many services, sub-services, how many manpower they require, automatically they are going to do it. How to manage those services itself is a big job. Then European community, they are using 677 user services clubbed in 9 bundles. My God, I am not able to visualize, not see, or not able to list it up. Related with ITS from last more than 25 years. But still, if you ask me, frankly, Maitri list down 677 user services. Sorry, I can't do that. It's amazing how many services, sub-services they have developed it. Now we discuss each individual services, but the meaning of that, how it is being used, that we do in the next class. As per this 1997 ISO services, there are 8 groups. That is ATMS, Advanced Traffic Management System, ATIS, Advanced Traveler Information System, AVCS, Advanced Vehicle Control System, APTS, Advanced Public Transport Systems, CVO, Commercial Vehicles Operations, EMS, Emergency Management Systems, EP, Electronic Payment System, and finally safety. Safety itself is a system. What this Advanced Traffic Management System covers? An Advanced Traffic Management System covers transportation planning support, traffic control system, incident management system, demand management system, policing or enforcing traffic regulations, and infrastructure maintenance management that come under this bundle advanced traffic management system. And this one is supposed to handle these are the services. And advanced traveler information system, pre-trip information system, on-trip driver information system, on-trip public transport information system, personal information system, and route guidance and navigation systems. You see, I will only talk passenger information system. That lecture itself is a big lecture that will come. So just see that how much information, how much in depth one can go. Pre-trip information, how much information you require. Don't mind, will come each individual. Today we are only focusing the title. Today we are focusing what are being covered under this umbrella. What are this component? Advanced vehicle control system, vision enhancement, automatic vehicle operation, longitudinal collision avoidance, lateral collision avoidance system, safety readiness, and pre-crash restraint deployment. So these are the operation. These are mostly based on the vehicle based, mostly meant for the vehicle manufacturer. How can they meet it? Some signals, yes, they can get it from the roadside. That is a separate issue. But otherwise, all these features, all these control systems mostly are being supposed to be a part of a vehicle. And you know that every day the vehicle manufacturer are taking care of safety of their person. Then advanced public transport system. Again, this is a very big system. Don't mind it if I get a chance that I will take special classes on public transport system. That is public transport management. It is not a joke. Mind it, transport planners, you know ITS, and you can manage public transport. Whosoever the CEO, whosoever is the MD of any public transport organization, any public transport company, the real success is when you are able to help or support directly that management. How and you watch and give the benefits of the ITS to them. That is my, you can say, my desire. Demand responsive transport management. Yes, it is very challenging. Where the demands are coming, where the demand is not coming. I give you a very simple example. How this three-wheeler wala, how that two-wheeler wala, sorry, three-wheeler wala or taxi wala, uh, they are aware of that where this function or where this program is coming, so they will gather there and they will provide their services to the visitors. While public transport systems are not efficient as this IPT people, while IPT systems are efficient, they immediately reach when the trains are coming. So the railway station, they know how much the passenger from which train they are coming. So accordingly, they will rush. If the train is coming from this location, they don't bother. So only very few passenger will come down. But the train is coming from that direction, so they know that more passenger will come down. How they are not done in transport planning study. So demand responsive transport management. Think on that. Shared transport management. Yes, 2-3 different type of fleets are moving. In Delhi also, one fleet is moved by DIMS, one fleet is moved by DTC. And if these both fleets are not managed properly, so what is happening? DTC is moving on the same route and DIMS are also moving on the same route. There may be a lot of overlapping. There may be a lot of, you can say, passenger sharing. The same trip, number of buses are coming at the same moment. And if you take, I will give you example. When in Delhi the blue line buses are moving, if the two blue line buses are moving on a one direction, what they used to do, one bus whose is less passengers, they will transfer it into other bus, blue line bus, and they will take some money and transfer their passenger to another bus. So that empty bus will not go ahead, and it will go back to take up the another passenger. And so this bus, which has taken the new passenger, they will take a new journey. They will go and just take all the passenger to their destinations properly. That's what you can say unorganized sector people are managing the shared transport. And this is very much essential that the different transport bodies in a city, they must have certain plan to do that. Commercial vehicle operations. The most important is commercial vehicle pre-clearance, commercial vehicle administrative process. In pre-clearance, normally this being handled by the company itself. Whatsoever the clearance of the vehicles are carried, but it is only those vehicles which are being totally, you can say, fully prepared by the company itself. But number of times what they do, people are taking the chassis. When the chassis is there, they are building the truck of their own design. They are coming up with their own features. So in that form, you require a lot of clearances, safety clearances and other clearances. So, and it creates another problem. And if there is no system, if there is no, you can say, transparencies, then lot of money is being transferred. So that is the black money is being moving in that. So to maintain the transparency, ITS is the answer. Commercial vehicle administrative processes. How can you maintain that? What are the administrative other activities which are being used in that? I don't know any one of our students are working in an organization which is handling commercial vehicles. I don't know. We are also not having much experience that what type of in-depth their process or parts are. Then automated roadside safety inspection. How can I inspect without stopping the vehicle that this vehicle is safe? The most of the things are in India, it is always be overloaded trucks, overloaded vehicles. Yes, ITS provide you a system that truck driver will not able to come to know that he is crossing a bridge, and that bridge is containing a machine which can note down his weight and make a challan accordingly. This is one of the major reason of accidents is the overloaded. So overloaded is a big problem. That is the major issues. And similarly, the tire safety and the other safety, which we don't have, which we are not maintaining it. And number of the truck drivers, if they were just seen, they are using useless tires. One side they are using new tires, and then one tire comes to 35,000 rupees, 40,000 rupees, and they manipulate that. They change the new tire and use a used tire, and that who will inspect, who will transport it? Mind it, there is a system. ITS help you. That driver has changed the tire and he has installed the substandard tire, and we don't know, and the thickness of the rubber of the tire. Yes, IT is having the mechanism to capture that tire safety is okay or not. Roadside safety. Driver as doing has drunk or not. Yes, we can inspect on the roadside. Systems are available. Similarly, commercial vehicle onboard safety monitoring. How can we monitoring that the whatsoever the material which are being on board, that is safely delivered? Somebody will not steal it. Somebody will not open it and steal it. Nowadays, the trucks are also being stolen along with the whole goods. Can we prevent it? Yes, we can prevent it. I can give you very simple example. You have seen that at the ATM machines or in the bank, the cash van, which is used to distribute the money in the ATM, or it is used to collect or distribute the money in the different banks, they are having a safety system and they are having a defined route. Those vehicles are supposed to move on a particular route. If vehicle just away from 15 meter to 20 meter away from his desired path, immediately what will happen? The emergency vessel will go to the police control room as well as bank control room. So as soon as you deviate your route, immediately police will take an action. So they are maintaining a safety of their vehicles. That is very important because the material, that is a bundle of notes, are very costly. You cannot afford that anybody can steal anything from the vehicle. Not only that, you can say notes. There are other goods also that are very costly. For example, you are what you can say our masalas. Some masalas are very costly. So similarly, if we have to maintain that type of safety standard, you can monitor, yes, your vehicle is having all the goods safe. Then commercial vehicle fleet management. This is a big issue. You know that in abroad, normally a truck drives in a day about 800 kilometers, and in India, it ranges from 400 to 500 kilometers. In spite of the roadside conditions, the normal is this much. Why? How those vehicles are able to move to 800 kilometers? What are the comfort level of their vehicles? And not only that, what are the other features of that? I can share you one more example that one of the company, what the smartly they have implemented one system. They have employed the drivers from the villages. After every 400 kilometer, for example, one truck is taking the goods from Delhi to Mumbai. So whenever it is going to from Delhi to Mumbai, so it comes, let it is taken NH8. So as soon as 500 kilometers, 600 kilometer, 500 kilometer truck, one driver is supposed to travel it. There they're having their warehouse or warehouse type, or you can say a warehouse come a hotel or restrooms where the drivers are shifted. So nearby villages, so driver is not coming from any city, driver is from nearby village. He will take over that truck. So driver who will drove all the truck from Delhi on the National Highway 8 up to 400 kilometers, up to 500 kilometers, he will get down, he will hand over that truck to the second driver. Both the driver, the first driver now will go in a room and take a rest, and this second driver will take over and simply after giving a rest for 5 or 10 minutes to truck or half an hour it rest to the truck so that the engine will little bit cool down, then he will move further for 400 kilometers. Similarly, again 400 kilometers, there is another you can say hotel or restrooms of the driver. Again the drivers are exchanged. Similarly, on the return, the same procedure will be there. So the driver is waiting in the first warehouse or first hotel. So when the truck is coming, he will take the trucks. This is a scheme or management, they are doing it. The another company where they have installed microwave technology 20 years back, very big company, I don't want to name it, a very big transport company. They have installed their microwave tower after every 25 kilometers. The range of microwave tower is about 10 to 15 kilometers of that. Such a big heights in the villages, very simple to install it. So or they can watch all the vehicles movement. So there is a one box fitted in the truck. So whenever the truck is moving it, so immediately they will come to know it is coming in my range as your mobile towers are working. Now through mobile towers, if you have it a linkage with that, you can monitor your fleet also. So this is our commercial vehicle operation. The ITS, the different techniques can use it. Emergency management system, emergency notification and personal security. How will get a notice that something has happened? So how can we handle that? How can we provide that notice as early as possible to our unit? And we provide a security as fast as we can. And not only that, emergency vehicle management. Which type of vehicle is required? What are the services? If the vehicle is having all its equipment in right condition or not? Who is going to manage it? Who is going to monitor it? And how to say that this vehicle will go there? What type of emergency is there? If it is an accident of 4 people, so small ambulance will go or big ambulance will go? All this comes under the vehicle management. So again, ITS will help you. Then hazardous material and incident notifications. If some incident has occurred or accident has occurred where hazardous material is being on the roads, it can give you a big disaster. Just imagine if some petrol tanker stuck up and it has a problem and it catches a fire, how much damage it can do on the road and how much damage it can do the near about. How can you handle it? It's not a joke. I can give you another funny example. Very funny example. You will also laugh on that. I am traveling. I was traveling from my Maruti van from Delhi to Abu Road. That time, national highway was not this 4 lanes. It was only 2 lanes. When I entered in Rajasthan, I covered 100 kilometers ahead. What happened? I have seen one accident. One truck full of whiskey. It met with an accident, and all the bottles are now spill over on the roads. What happened? Within 5 minutes, because there's no way I can go out. My vehicles are also stuck. Both the direction, hundreds of vehicles stopped. All the driver, most of the drivers and even passenger, they start looting those beer or whiskey bottles. And all those, most of them start drinking also there itself. And there is a big jam all over the road about 10 kilometer, 5 kilometer this direction, 5 kilometer in that direction. And I'm a poor man who's not drinking, not having that type of habit. What should I do? I was in a big trouble. So, and when the police arrives there, almost all bottles were looted, and police also start looting. Whatsoever they can snatch from anybody, whosoever taken 4 bottles, they snatch 2 bottles from him, and police is also enjoying. Then I came to know after 8 hours and 10 hours that jam was open. Luckily, my vehicle was stopped near that farm. So I enter into that Kacha road and go into the villages and take a big 25-kilometer range into the village area and then return back to the national highway. This is a small example in my experience. 30 years back, this incident has happened. And how much the problem has been created? Heaven. Just think if some emergency, if some ambulance is stuck in that or fire brigade is stuck in that, what will happen? You can imagine yourself. Then electronic payment and safety. Electronic financial transactions. How can we make it safe? How can we make that whatever the money we have given, it should reach at the proper place? For example, in a toll plaza, that we have to take care of that. And finally, for safety, public travel security, safety announcement for vulnerable road users, and intelligent junctions. How can we develop that? Yes, ITS can improve up to. Up to now, we have just seen that that is in a vehicle. That is where you can say that advanced vehicle control system in AVCS, that company owner is supposed to provide certain security. But just see that in public travel, what is happening in Delhi now? Delhi government has is and they have provided one marshal in each bus. So that marshal is a special security person. He will take care of that. Any passenger should not be threatened by anybody, or their purses or mobile phone should not be snatched by anybody. And especially safety for girls and ladies. So that type of marshals are being provided in almost all the buses and Delhi. Simple. Not only that, now they're going to provide the CCTV camera. So whosoever is entering, whosoever is leaving, whatsoever movement is going on the bus will be recorded. So that in future they can capture that, they can uh, catch that person or that human being. Next is ITS user services as per 2006. In 2006, I told you that in 1997 there are 8 bundles. Now there are 11 bundles, and about they have increased 11 services from 32 services to 43 services, and from 8 groups to 11 bundles. They have come up to that. And I'm not going to detail for this ISO, because I will suggest you go through the ISO paper itself, ISO documents. They have increased travel information system. They have increased traffic management operation. They increase vehicles, divided vehicle in 2 category, 3 category: personal vehicle, freight vehicle, and public transport system. Emergency system, transport related electronics payment system, road transport related personal safety system, weather and environmental monitoring, disaster response management and coordination system, and national security. So these are the 11 bundles which they have developed it, and they were using it, and they have proposed us to use it. We are not going to, I'm not going to discuss in detail of that, because it is being used by a particular country, not by everybody. So it is of your own choice, and it is being used in Australia, for your information. So wherever I'm in easy information, I'm sharing with you. This is all information I have gathered from here and there from different sources, and also some of the information given to me by my student. Now, United States, they are having 8 bundles or 8 groups, which are divided into 33 services. First is traffic and travel and traffic management, then public transportation management, electronic payment, commercial vehicle operation, emergency management, advanced vehicle safety system, information management, and maintenance and construction management. Just see. And travel and traffic management. So they have clubbed different services which are being given by the different user services. This is only for your information, that I am only showing you so that you can understand the scope of the work. So many scope of the work. I don't think that any other transport planning subject give you that much scope of the work. And I can tell you each of this aspect is of capable of doing thesis on that. Pre-trip travel information, en-route driver information, route guidance, ride matching and reservation. Ride matching, that's special. Travel services information, traffic control, incident management, travel demand management, emission testing and mitigation, and highway rail intersection. That is nowhere you have seen highway rail intersections as a part of this. And similarly, ride matching. These are the new features which they have added. And public transportation management as usual, en route transit information, personalized public transit or public travel security, which they are taking it. Then in Electronic payment. It is electronic payment services is a quite common, nothing to discuss in that. Commercial vehicle operation. Commercial vehicle electronic clearance, automated roadside safety inspection, on-board safety and security monitoring, commercial vehicle administrative process, hazardous material security and incident response, and freight mobility. These are the options which they have put it. These are the, you can say, services which they have classified into that. Emergency management, emergency notification and personal security, emergency vehicle management, and disaster response and evacuations. Matching, but the scopes are different. If you just go to another site, you just do the research on that, then you will find out there's a lot of difference. Number of new features are being added. Advanced vehicle safety system, longitudinal collision avoidance, lateral collision avoidance, intersection collision avoidance, vision enhancement for crash avoidance, safety readiness, pre-crash restraint deployment, and automatic vehicle operations, which they have developed. Then information management, which information management means a archive data function. How the data is to be maintained and managed. Mind it, it is a very, very big data. You require a big data center to maintain all this data. Then finally, maintenance and construction management is a part of this. Similarly, in Canada, different services are there are 8 services or 8 bundles, you can say, which are divided into 38 services. First one is travel information, traffic management, then public transport, electronic payment, commercial vehicle, emergency management, vehicle safety control system, information warehousing service. Why I am doing this? Only to describe you the differences between the different systems. What are the scope they have added into their services? Almost same with the US was doing travel information, route guidance and navigation, ride matching and reservation, with they have done it, traveler service and reservations. Reservation also in the profile of this. In traffic management system, the same thing, something is more added into that. Traffic control, traffic management, travel demand management, environmental condition management, operations and maintenance, automated dynamic warning and enforcement. That is important. In last video, you have seen that Mumbai police, what they are doing, honking. Non-vehicular road user safety, non-vehicle road user safety. Nowhere it is being addressed. Non-vehicular road user safety, non-vehicle road users. Multimodal junction safety and control. These things are not there in any other country. Just see, every country is developing their services of their demand. Whatsoever the different demands are there, they're adding into that. Public transport services, public transport management, transit vehicle tracking, transit fixed route operation, transit maintenance, multimodal coordination, and multimodal connection protection. I give you a very small example of European Union. I was using a European Union train from one country to another country. So from one country, when I am entering into other country, when I found it, the train is on the other side of the platform. I went there, and then the people told me that train waited 15 minutes for this train to arrive, and once we arrive, only then we'll move to the next country. So perfect coordination between the two systems. For the two different countries, they are coordinating. That's what EU is having more than 600 services. It's not a joke. I cannot even think of that. Electronic payment, same. Then commercial vehicle operations, again almost same. There is only one thing is more the onboard safety monitoring. That is very important. How can we maintain, because the vehicle driver is very important. How can say that you are maintaining a safety on board, that they will maintain it. And another thing is intermodal freight management, which they have included into that. So these are the few features which they have included into that the systems, along with the commercial vehicle electronic clearances. Then emergency management systems, almost same thing, nothing, some language is being changed, but the idea is same, which I cover the same scope which you had discussed earlier. Vehicle safety and control system. It is also added that sensor-based driving safety enhancement. It is a more costly procedure to add into that. And pre-collision restraints deployment. This is mostly being, I can say, inspired by the United States. So US is also doing the same thing, vehicle-based collision avoidance. We are also doing lateral or longitudinal avoidance system, automatic vehicle operations, etc. We'll do one separate lecture on this, vehicle safety. Information in warehousing services, again the same, environmental data and data management. My dear students, this is our first phase. I think that it is better I will give you a few minutes break so that we can start ITS services in Japan, because Japan is little bit big, and here we can also discuss how they are being used in Japan. Okay, thank you very much, and shortly we'll start our next lecture about on Japan.